機は月着陸船だからな。無理くり人間乗ってくるスペースねえことはねえ。
Ryusui?
ねえだろうが。
Oh, Chrome.
飛び出たぜついに。宇宙は俺のものだ。
Hi everyone, my name is Mimi and welcome to my channel. And today I'm going to be reacting to Dr. Stone Season 4, Episode 35, Giant Step. And last episode, they finally went, well, they finally went to the moon, but they're not to the moon yet. They left Earth. They woke up Stanley. Ryusui cried. They stoned themselves and then the rocket launched up to space. And yeah, so that's what happened last episode. And before we get into this one, if you guys like my reaction, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And please consider supporting me on Patreon at patreon.com/feelingmini. And now let's start this episode. And here we go. Okay guys, in case the reaction gets blocked and I had to cut out the reaction itself, you can just look in the pinned comments in the comment section where for the link to the reaction highlight itself, so you can just click on it, watch it, and then you just come back for my review. So what? Ryusui?
作るたんびに未来の門につながってくんだよ。文明を作り上げて全人類を救い出す。
Was that Sukasa's voice?
でラーメン食えるとこまでたどり着くぜ人類は。
Oh, Daddy! Like I was hearing the voice. At first, I believe it was Senku that was speaking, right? But then the voice changed. And I was like, wait, is this Sukasa? Even though I said Sukasa, it didn't really sound like him. It sounded like him a little bit, but... Alone? What do you mean alone? What? Is this like a fast forward kind of thing? Where whatever happened with the moon happened and now he's alone by himself in space? What the freak? Yo, I knew something was gonna happen. Like things were not gonna go the way we were hoping it was gonna go. Now, how much time has it been since the whatever happened on the moon? What is he doing?
活液の失敗リスクも鑑みて念のためセンク君を一足早く起こしたというわけだ。ああ、そういうことにしといてやるよ。
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Senkuちゃんに渡したのね。
Oh, okay. That makes me feel so much more better. Cause I'm like, what the heck? For some reason, I thought it was some kind of flash forward and okay. Oh, say no. How nice of you. Well, he knows his friend, so.
ゼノとおっさんコンビ2人で何気使ってんだ。気色悪い。一緒に従ってんだけだ。そういうことにしといてやるよ。もう一名目覚めても構わないくらいには十分にね。
So. I kind of wish Chrome was there, but oh, it's okay. He hasn't called her that in a while. Aww.
千空の父白夜も食べたのだな。同じものをこの同じ宇宙で。
狭い地球なんざ飛び出るストーンワールド宇宙科学文明を。
Yay.
喜ぶのは早いよ。 まだ2台だ。5台全部ドッキングできてかんな。
Yeah.
あ
What happened? What happened?
この連中リアクション薄くねえか。やったな、センキュー。何のボケだよ。
Wait, did it hijack there?
聞こえてね
おお、続いてきたぞ、3号機が。
噂の視力 11.0 か。
ドッキング画面でも。
宇宙船内どっかの電気系統の異常だ。
半分も見えないぞ。こんな画面で3号機とドッキングなど。
できるね。
Oh, this is testing me up. What happened?
もう細い棒は
石化の破片か。人の極細の髪の毛1本だ。ワンセカンド。
あの出発直前にロケット内で石化光線を使った時。
失敗の理由なんざいつも後からわかる。
ドッキング用の画面が完全に。
クーンゼ4号機。修理の可能性は配電回路丸々交換になる。なもんあるわけもねえ。この宇宙にはな。
Use the light? Somewhere? What?
4号機は月着陸船だからな。無理くり人間乗ってくるスペースねえことはね
Ryusui?
え。ねえだろうが。
Oh, Chrome.
飛び出たぜ、ついに。宇宙は俺のものだ。飛び出たぜ、ついに。宇宙は俺のものだ。
Oh, I'm so happy.
つっても4号機からドッキングすんのは地獄だぜ。なあ、リアクションホイールついちゃいねえかんな。
いや、私には見えるぞ。流水が機体の姿勢を調整しているのが。
ハイコントロール。リアクションホイールもなく流水は一体どうやって。
Just
チンがコマとなる人間リアクションホイールだ。頭いかれてんだろ、欲しがりや。
oh. Yay! You're in space.
いろいろあったけど。
Yay! I'm so happy. I'm so happy for him.
こともあろうかと。ロケットに乗らないことが決まった後も、流水様は厳しい。
No, just in case.
欲しいイコール正義です。
Oh, they brought a new board.
地上完成バックアップチーム。エレガントな手土産だろう。
ってことは、流水乗っけてこのまま月行きをぶちかませ。
Duh, did you expect him to just come back? That's not possible.
一つになれば生命維持資源の問題もあるまい。なあ、アホほど手狭にはなるがな。
You call him C square.
さらには電波のドップラー効果で宇宙船のスピードも計算できる。ドップリ効果。
Don't blink.
今センクたちは時速38,000キロで飛んでるよ。
Did what? Are they at the moon? Are they, is the moon in front of them? We're here.
宇宙船に6分岐でもこれ使って星の位置見りゃ自分の居場所わかんじゃねえかと思ってよ。
クロムがひらめいたんだよ。
最初のアポロ宇宙船でも使われていたエレガントなローテクだ。
I knew it was.
そこからは彼ら自身の目と計算
by
で
themselves.
遥かなる宇宙を航海するし
Mental calculation.
私たち地球の民は月にも知らずと守られていたのだな。
上で片道特攻のケースに備え月着陸船の定員は3人のはずだ。
Yo, he's gonna stay in that ship.
科学屋の俺が司令船に残って司令船には俺が残る。
流水、君は月に降り立つ名誉が欲しいんじゃないのか。
俺は船乗りだぞ。こちらも欲しいが選べるのならたった一つのトロフィーだ。違うか。ああ、そういうことにしといてやるよ。
Sure, that's what we'll tell them. Oh.
全世界にお伝えしちゃう。月に降り立って最初の一言って考えた？
Giant steps.
どこからともなくひらめいたぞ。ものすごくいい。
You came up with it.
人間にとっては小さな一歩だが。
You didn't come up with it. You didn't come up with it.
それ、初めて月に行った人、アームストロングちゃんの初ゼリフ。初ゼリフなんかシンプルでいいだろよ。月やべえ。トロフィー、初めての月面を獲得しました。
Achievement unlocked since he's the gamer.
センクちゃんたちは。
なあ、そんなもん何も考えてねえわ。
やっぱり。
ホワイマンに勝てなきゃ人類はいずれ殺される。人類の未来をかけて新科学に足ぶち込む勝負の一歩だ。そうそるぜ。
これは。
これは。
Wow. Yo, I'm so happy for Ryusui. You know, first of all, when they started this episode and then they were like, oh, that monologue that went from Senku to Yakuya. So nice. Then you see him saying that Senku can do it or whatever. And then Senku wakes up and he's like, I'm alone. And I'm like, what the heck does that mean? What happened? I was assuming that the show fast forwarded, like after whatever happens on the moon, and then somehow Senku wakes up alone, meaning that something happened to the other two. Like something went terribly wrong and he's alone by himself. So that's what I was assuming. But no, that wasn't it. Turns out that Zeno, being the nice guy, woke up Senku a little earlier than the other two so that he can get to absorb the fact that he's in space, you know, by himself first before he wakes up the other two, especially since that's been what his dream, you know, making rockets ever since he was a little child, making a rocket to go into space. And his father knew that, and his father and Zeno used to work together, so Zeno knows Senku's dream, basically, and he's trying to get him to, you know, enjoy that a little bit before he wakes up. He woke up the others. And Stanley also woke up and Senku's like, are you being sentimental right now? And he's like, no, I'm just a soldier. I'm just following rules. And he's like, oh, yeah, sure. Let's go with that. I feel like he keeps saying that to anybody that's sort of like trying to display a little bit of emotion or whatever. He'd be like, sure, let's go with that. Let's go with your explanation. He did that with Ryusui at the end there when they were talking about who was going to go onto the surface of the moon. And he's like, I'm going to stay in the cockpit and let you guys go. Senku's gonna go. And he basically is like, between doing that and doing this, I'm gonna choose the piloting thing and stay in the command center. And Senku's like, sure, let's go with that. Right. So Senku woke up, right? And he was enjoying it. And then they woke up Stanley. And then after Stanley, they woke up Kohaku. And Kohaku was so happy to see, you know, space. And like I was saying, hoped Kuromo would have been there, but it's okay. So they were enjoying space, and then they were able to dock their first attachment, whatever. They were doing it in pieces, right? So Senku and the others were first, and then the second thing came in, and Stanley was able to duck it, right, pretty easily. And then they were like, something's wrong with the power system. Because when they first docked the second thing, and when they first attached the second thing, the others were being happy and everything. And then Senku was like, something's wrong. Like, the reaction is not what I was expecting. Like, usually you will be hearing Taiju screaming out loud and everything. And he was doing it, but they couldn't hear it. And just, oh, it's like, they're like, wait, the radio is gone or something or other like that. I was assuming that it was Wyman's doing. But it didn't see, it wasn't it. That wasn't it. There was a problem with the circuit. There's some kind of power distribution thing, and it was affecting the screen that they would use to dock, right? And I believe there was a third thing that was supposed to happen, and with the screen being fuzzy and everything, they asked Stanley if he could do it, and he's like, yes, I can, and then he did it. But then after they discovered what was wrong with the circuit, they were like, there was this hair that's sort of like fused together with the circuit board, and that thing has been turned into stone. And they were wondering, how did that happen? And that's when they figured that, I think it was, the hair looked blonde, so I'm assuming it's Koaku's hair. I don't know. The hair was in there, and then when they stoned themselves before they launched, that the hair also turned into stone in there, so it affected the power circuit, and the screen went off. But then there was this fourth thing that was supposed to come and dock, right? And they're like, how are we supposed to do this without being able to see what's happening? And then there goes the thing, sort of like adjusting by itself, and I'm like, what's happening? At first, when I saw the light like firing off around the thing, I was assuming for some reason that they could use that, I guess, to like Stanley could use how the light was working or whatever to basically gauge how things were gonna go and then do that. But no, when Senku mentioned that someone was there in there, that he's like, who will be there's only one idiot that could do that. I'm like, I was so happy. I knew it was gonna be Ryusui. Even though I said Chrome at one point, I didn't believe in myself. Because the only person that could land this thing, that could pilot this thing, would be Ryusui. So when they showed him, it's like, so I was so happy. Because that's been his dream. He was wanting to go to space, and then he had to give that up to Stanley for the betterment of humanity. But then he actually did wind up going. And he ducked it perfectly. They were talking about needing something, some kind of rotation thing. And he became that. Oh my goodness, also. I love this. So he was able to duck and join the others in space. Oh, I'm so happy for him. And he brought a replacement circuit for the power distribution thing. So they replaced it, and now they have the screen back. And then they were able to attach the fifth thing, and now the rocket is fully complete. And then they stoned themselves back up for a little bit, and then they woke up after 3 days, I believe, they woke up, and then the moon was there. And then they decided who was gonna go down there when they were like trying to discuss the 3 that were supposed to go out there or whatever. And I'm like, it's not gonna be Ryusui, because Ryusui was not supposed to be there. So it's just gonna be the 3 of you. So when Senku was like, I'm gonna stay in there, I'm like, what are you talking about? No, you're not. Nobody was gonna stay in there. All 3 of you were gonna go. Okay. So yeah, Ryusui is the one that stayed in the rocket, and the others jumped onto the surface of the moon. And then they were like, okay, what words are you gonna say, for your first steps on the moon? And Taiju was like, oh, I came up with a great idea. And then he repeated the same thing that Armstrong said. And I'm like, boy, you did not come up with that. And Senku was like, I didn't really think about it. And of course he didn't think about it. But then he's like, with them facing white man. Either white man is gonna destroy them, the whole of humanity, or they're gonna understand the Medusa and something or other. I don't know. But what exactly did he say? Some kind of wasn't a it was a simple thing. If we can't defeat white men, humanity will eventually be killed off. If we defeat white men, we get to have the secret of petrification. We're stepping down on new science with humanity's future on the line. It's a decisive step. It's a decisive step. Yeah. Basically, that's his thing. It's a decisive step. Not that long thing that Armstrong said, but it's a decisive step. And then this is exhilarating as always. My goodness, I'm so happy Ryusui got to go to space. I am so happy. That made the whole episode for me. So happy. Thank you guys for watching. And if you like this reaction, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe. And if you want to see my reaction to the next episode, the link is going to be in the pinned comment. So you can just click on it and you can watch it right now. And you can also catch up with all my previous Dr. Stone reactions. There's a playlist in the comment as well. So thank you for watching and I will see you next time. Bye. Because there was nothing I could ever change. So puny and then my body was a cage.